Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our Gyan Pravah podcast series, which is a brainchild of our Fogsi president, Dr. Sunita Tandulwadkar. I am Dr. Chaitanya Gantule, the chairperson of the Endocrinology Committee, and today we have with us Mr. Abhijit Kunte, the fourth grandmaster of and from India in the chess. And I'm glad to have you, Abhijit, here today. And I would like Dr. Sunita to say a few words before we actually start with our discussion.
Thank you. Thank you, Chaitanya. And Mr. Abhijit Kunte, it is our honor that you have come today on a Foxy platform. This Gyan Pravah series, every day evening, 8 o'clock, our podcast goes. We have 30 committee chairperson and 30 days, 30 people. We have enjoyed. I think for the first time, I'm seeing the sport person coming on this platform. And I'm really glad, Chaitanya, you did it. Our protocol is I join you from the viewers link and I'll enjoy your dialogue with both of you, with each other from the viewers link, and you both will be there. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, madam. Thank you, Chaitanya, for
Thank you,
inviting
Dr.
me here.
Sunita.
And I think it's a very great initiative, I will say. First, when doctor asked me that he wants to interview me, I said, for what? I think it's a very unique concept, and congratulations to both of you for doing it.
I know our organization is 46,000 gynecologists, and we do huge social and academic work and many innovative ideas. We just keep on working for the organization. But thank you so much for today with us.
Thank you.
Yes, Chaitanya, you would like to introduce about Abhijit more?
Yes. So let me introduce today's guest, Mr. Abhijit Kunte. As I said, he's the fourth grandmaster from India, and he's the winner of the Dhyan Chand Award, which is the highest award in the sports category, which is awarded by the government of India. So he has been the national champion for many years in a row, and then he has coached the Indian women team, who has won the gold medal for the chess Olympiad in the year 2024. And that's why I thought he is the apt person to be on our platform today, because we are all about women. And that's where he has played a very big and important role. In addition to that, he is also the recipient of Sri Shiva Chhatrapati Award in 1998-99, which is awarded by the Maharashtra state government. And he has received the trainers award from the FIDE, that is International Chess Federation, and he is one of the very few coaches which are there in India from the FIDE. So welcome, Abhijit. I hope I have introduced you in the right way, because it's so
I think sometimes, Chaitanya, difficult to introduce the people of that stature.
Exactly.
So people also know about Abhijit. So wonderful, and thank you, and goodbye.
Thank you, madam.
Enjoy the conversation, and I'll be enjoying listening.
Absolutely. Okay, Abhijit, let's start with a few basic questions. Probably you must have answered these questions quite a lot of time in on many different platforms, but I cannot skip those questions, and so let's start with that with those questions today. When did you actually start playing chess, and what attracted you towards this particular game?
So I think I was thinking about this from this interview perspective. And what I realized that there were three women behind this who made me play chess.
Okay. Okay. So behind every successful man, there is a woman which stands true even for you.
Yeah. So my elder sister Vibha, she taught all of us playing basic level of chess, and we were playing at home in summer days.
Okay.
And my sister Mrunal, she is the second sister, and she participated in one inter-school tournament,
Okay.
inter-school chess tournament, where my coach, Mr. Mohan Phadke, saw her playing. And then he came home. It was in 1984, 85. He came home and said that I want Brunel to come to a chess class. And he was staying very close to my house. But my
Mm.
parents were not, like in 84, 85, going for a chess class was something very unique, I will say.
Unique.
And my
Yeah.
parents were not very supportive. But then he came again and he said that if you send Brunel to chess, I'm sure she can become a national level player in next 2, 3 years. So
Okay.
my parents said, okay, you can go. And then Bruna started going for it. But then she went there, there was no one of her level. So basically, she came home and she said she will not go. But my parents said, no, now you have paid the fees, so you have to go for a chess class. And
Okay.
then she said, okay, I will go if Abhijit is coming.
Oh,
And
okay.
I was playing cricket, and I still remember that they had a cricket match. But my mother then intervened and said that no, no, you have to go with your sister for a chess class and not a cricket course. So
Okay.
I went with her for a chess class, crying, tears in my eyes. And but once I go there, I started enjoying it, and that's how my journey started. So it was all because of my mother and two sisters that I'm playing chess.
Okay. So for you to start playing chess, there are two women behind it. You are
Three.
three, two sisters and your mother. Okay. Wonderful. That's something, it's good to know that you started because of them. One question that comes to my mind is, do we really need to be intelligent to play chess? I mean, like the IQ has to be more than X, then only you would be successful in chess. Is that so, or you can be successful by hard work and consistency also?
Like if you ask me whether you are intelligent, I am not going to say no. So,
Absolutely.
so I think
No,
your
but are there any
question
studies,
is
uh,
incorrect, but I can
are there
only
any
say
studies or some evidence to support that?
I can
Yes,
only say
need.
that intelligence is 90% of hard work.
Okay. Excellent, excellent. So, you started playing along with your sister, and then when did you realize that you should be playing at the professional level, or it just happened that you went with the flow and you kept winning, and that's how you started playing, or that was a deliberate decision?
So my sister, when we started playing, my sister then went to Russia in 86 to
Okay,
play India-Russia match. And in 1986, representing India going abroad was a very big thing.
absolutely.
So it brought a lot of interest about chess in Pune in general. And
Mm.
she also won the national age group championship. So I also started playing nationals. Then I won my first nationals in 1988 in under 12 section. Then I won the under 14 in 90. Then 91 I won the sub juniors. So I was winning nationals at the age group level very regularly, state championships very easily. So my sister was, of course, she was already playing for the Indian team in 92 senior team. So we were
Okay.
doing good in chess, but I was not what I will say. I was loving it, I was playing it, but it was not that I was going to take it up professionally till that time.
Okay.
And in 97, when I became a national champion in the senior category, then I thought, okay, I think now it's time to take it professionally. And that time also I got the job from Indian Oil for play for as a sports person.
Mm, mm.
So then I just continued, and I also became graduate senior.
Okay. Now, when you were going through this journey from say 88 to 97, and you said you played under 12, under 14. I am always curious about you people, when who are into sports. What happens to your academic career? I mean, are schools allowing you people to appear for the exams, or what happens? I mean, just to as a curiosity, I would like to.
I think school and college was always supportive. I studied in Abhinav Vidyalaya Marathi medium school. Then I did my BCom from BMCC. Then I did my diploma in business management and masters in management science finance from
Oh,
IMSERC. But see, I think they also know that who is serious and who is just doesn't want to go to class. So
okay.
when they realize that you really have a tournament, you really have a practice session, they are lenient enough, making sure that you, whenever there is an exam, you come. But in like university, they also have a provision to take the re-exam. So even if we miss the exam because of the nationals or international tournaments, we can appear for a re-exam. So we in BMCC, I met many of the sports person in BMCC during the re-exams because everyone used to do the re-exam. So we'll have 11 to become final year, 5 years students giving re-exams all from sports. So we'll have a 20, 25 people giving re-exams. So college and school were always supportive. So I never faced any issue with
But probably that
attendance
must be the
and
case
other
for
things.
most of them who are playing at that level.
Yes, yes.
So that's not a big issue. That's always my kept in my mind. Ki how do you manage, both the fronts? Because
So
almost all
managing
of you are
studies challenge
well studied
because
and well read.
we are always traveling. So it
Mm.
becomes very difficult to actually study because going to school is a different thing, not going to school, but actually making up for whatever has lost or whatever time you have lost is always a big challenge because we have to make sure that before the exam we have to get into that examination mode and complete everything. So it's a tough task, but I am sure that most of the sports person know how to get things done. So
And do you think your commitment or concentration or dedication to the sports also helps you in your studies as well? Like even if you study for a less time, period of time, that's fine as compared to someone else. Do you think that's also a possibility?
I cannot comment about someone else because they
I know, but
everybody has a different way of learning. But I am sure that we have, as a chess player, I can say that we have a good photogenic memory. That we see something,
Mhm.
we just remember it because it's our practice to do it in chess.
Okay.
So that helps for a short term studies. Like I can do one day wonders.
Wow. How do you tell us about your journey through the chess career till you became the coach? I mean, I would like to ask you the questions regarding that later on. So I'm just concentrating on your period or journey when you were actually playing the chess, how it went, what all tournaments you played, what all tournaments you won.
I will say that I started in 1985, where I was playing at district state level. From 88, I started playing regularly at national level. So in 1991, I played my last state championship, where I won the state sub-junior, state junior, state under 25 in the same year when I was 14-year-old. And then I stopped playing at the state level. Then I played always national and international. And in 96, I made my first IM now. In 97, I became international master. In 2000, I became grandmaster. Then 2003, I won the British Championship, which was a very important event because they stopped us from playing. So this became a last British Championship for us. So I
Oh,
was fortunate enough to win it. Then I represented India in
and
four
probably you are the only
Olympiads.
one who has won the British.
No, I'm third person.
You're the third person. Okay.
And so I was representing India till 2014 in the Indian team. Then I was playing at the national level, and then 2019 I completely stopped playing uh, just before the COVID. Which was actually I played the last nationals in 2019 December, where I finished seventh,
Okay.
and then COVID came, so I thought I think we can call it a day. So that's how I stopped.
Okay. How do you prepare yourself for a tournament? Like, is it a few days before the tournament you start preparing for the tournament, or is it an ongoing process? Even if you are not playing the tournaments, you have to practice, you have to put in hard work in those days as well.
So, see, we have about 1 crore games and we get about 2000 games daily. So that is a database which we have where we need to keep learning, practicing. We need to, like, we have opening, middle game, end game, three parts in the game of chess. So
Mhm.
opening is more like research, where you will have to come with a new ideas, new initiatives, the things which people may not think able to think. In middle game, it's more like what I would say sport, because you will have to trick your opponent. It is
Okay.
the part where you need to play better than your opponent. It is not important how correct you are, but you just have to be better than your opponent. You have
It
to
is
take
smarter than
gambles.
the
You have to
opponent.
take risks. And then we come to the part of end game, which we always call it's art. So it's like you have to be very articulate and you have to be very fine to convert these small advantages into a gain or to keep pushing to even slight minus position if you can hold. So it's more like the art which you will enjoy. So all the parts are very important
Mhm.
and we have to keep working on it on daily basis. So average time for a professional player who is working is about 6 to 8 hours before on a regular day. On before the tournament, of course, it goes up with 3 to 4 hours outside. And
Okay.
during tournament, it's about 12 hours a day.
And what I know is the game can go on for days together, and as you said, about 12 hours a day. Um,
So the
how?
game is only for 6 hours, but
Okay.
you spend 6 hours playing. Then after coming back, you always see your games where you made mistakes. So that it goes about 2 hours, and then you have to prepare for the next game. So that takes another 3 4 hours.
How do you keep yourself mentally, fit, or I mean, you must be exhaustive a lot, exhausting a lot. So how do you keep your mental strength to that level?
You can do this if you are liking it. Otherwise, it's impossible to do.
Oh, okay.
So the
So,
thing which you are liking, it becomes very easy to be mentally strong. But
right.
of course, there are some challenging situations, especially where the games become very high drama or high stake games. Like you are playing a final round game. If you win, you are going to win the championship. Or you are going to achieve something. So such games you need a special mental toughness because you need to be better than what you are,
Mm,
and you need to handle that pressure. Because if you are not able to handle that pressure, the whole 10 days what you have worked is going to get wasted.
mm.
So it's very important that you are able to handle such situation, and you need a calm and stable mind to handle these situations.
So do you do you practice some mental exercises other than the routine practice for the game, or that's not needed?
So basic level of yoga and meditation is done, I think, by most of these professionals.
Okay.
Okay, some are really good into it, but I was not very good into it, but I used to do at least 45 minutes to 1 hour.
Okay. Okay. Uh, okay. So you have won so many tournaments uh, till date. Uh, how do you handle that success? Because whenever I have met you, you have always been so humble and down to earth person. And I mean, we all know what all things you have achieved. In spite of that, you have been so much humble and on ground. Does it come naturally to you, or you have to make some efforts to do that?
So luckily, the player which we saw was Vishanu, who was always very humble. So, like that inspiration you always had. That you have a world champion, like who is so humble. So you automatically realize that you are nothing in front of him.
Okay.
So whatever you have achieved, you have a lot more things to achieve in life.
Now, I'm specifically asking these questions to you because there are quite a lot of youngsters who are watching or who would be watching this podcast. So I want a few things, also to reach them when they are growing up tomorrow. We don't know, they might also become champions in their own sports. But then they should know how to, do all these things, how to handle the success. What do you do? But the point what you've made is absolutely great, correct? That if you see someone or if your mentor is of a particular nature, of a particular kind, he behaves or speaks in a particular way, you get influenced or impressed by that, and you also start behaving or speaking in that way. So great to know that, yeah. Since you have been in this field for years together, and I'm sure that you have successes and you have failures as well. So the interview would not be complete if I don't speak about the failures as well. And do you remember any particular tournament or a particular game wherein you felt very no, I should have won this?
There will be so many games, like in sports, you lose more and you win very less. So I would have played so many tournaments, but the tournament which I would have won actually, the number will be much lesser. So
Okay.
it is very common in sports to have more defeats than the victories. And so you cannot be afraid of defeats. Because once you are afraid of defeats, you cannot play that sport.
Hmm. That's a very
That is the
important point
number
in
one
terms of,
point.
yeah.
Second point, I will just give you one example where, like I was winning all sub-junior, junior championships. So I was one of the top juniors of India, very upcoming, very strong. And I won the 1995, I won the national juniors first time. So I have a record of winning it 3 times in a row. And then 1996, I qualified for the senior nationals. And that time there were not many open tournaments in India, so I had not much experience in playing with the senior players. So it
Hmm.
was my first tournament where I was playing the top seniors of India. And we had only 2 or 3 junior players there. Uh, and when I qualified from nationals, so it was a 16-player tournament. It was not like a regular tournament where we have 16 players and we play among each other all the games.
Okay.
So we have 15 rounds. So it's a very long tournament. Normally our tournaments are only 9 rounds. So I had no experience of playing such level of tournament and such kind of long tournament.
Long tournaments.
And I had no strategy. So I just went with the strategy which I had where you have to go and start scoring because that is a strategy which normally I used to use. So you start scoring fast, you take the lead. So you always have that upper hand in the race. But when I go there, I see that all the players are strong, not easy to beat. And then I started pushing and then I lost first game, second game, drew third, lost fourth, something like this. But the score was very poor
Hmm.
and I finished last in that tournament.
Oh, okay.
I finished 16th out of 16th.
Okay. Okay. That
And
must be
that
painful to
yeah,
digest.
and that year my sister Mrunal, she won the senior nationals in women category. So she
Okay.
was first and I was last in the men category. But when I came back, I was thinking like I was a very good player. I am a very good player, and then why this happened? So I
Hmm.
went through my games and I studied a lot. What went wrong? What was the strategy I should have done? Because
Hmm.
till that time I had only one strategy. But when you're playing such kind of tournaments, maybe I need to change my strategy. So that 1 year I had a lot of hard work to do. I had to change my style. I had to add more openings to my database. There were many corrections which I need to make. If I realize that if I had to play that level, then the whatever I'm doing right now will not work. not many changes I had to make. Uh, and then in 97 January, I won my first last national juniors. I became third time I won the junior nationals. Then in
Mm.
May 97, I had the senior nationals again.
Mm.
And I also had my exam of final year BCom in May month. So like I had nationals and immediately exams. So I knew that last year I had not fared well. So I took all my books. So I thought at least if I'm not playing well, I can start studying.
Okay.
Because it's a long day, 16 days, two rest days. So it was a 21-day tournament.
Oh,
So, so I, so I went there, but I won that tournament and with
wow.
the same
The
margins,
senior
senior
category.
national here.
Okay.
And I also became international master in that same tournament. And
Okay.
then I played the Asian Junior Championship in 97 end, December or November. And I won the Asian Junior Championship also. So I was the same time National
Wow.
Junior Champion, Asian Junior Champion, and National Senior Champion in the
Wow.
same year. And I made my first grandmaster norm also same year.
And that
So
transition was from the last in the previous year in the senior category to winning all these
all
titles in
this
the
time.
next year. Oh,
So
wow.
so in Marathi they always say that अपयशी यशाची पहिली पायरी आहे.
True.
So I feel that if I had not lost so badly in 96, maybe I would not have worked so hard for 97.
That's true.
So,
That's true.
so I feel the bigger the defeat, the stronger you can come back.
Mm, mm.
So
But
that time you
equally,
always feel bad, but I think it's a good
but equally
wake up call.
important what you said that after you lost that seniors in 96, instead of getting depressed, instead of going away from the game, what you actually did was you went back, you sat down, you thought over what went wrong, you pondered upon your own game. You made the changes, you put in the efforts what were needed to get you to what you achieved in the next year. So that's a very important lesson what we all should have to learn, not only in sports but wherever, even when you are doing, if you are working somewhere, if you are into a business or if you are into a profession like us. We do get challenges every now and then, but instead of getting bogged down by those challenges, as you did, we should go back, we should ponder upon and come back. So what he said in Marathi for all other viewers is that every success starts in a failure. That's what he wanted to say, and that's what he's saying, that if he would not have failed so badly in the year 96, probably he's saying that he may not have achieved, or he may not have bounced back the way that's absolutely creditable, Abhijit, to know how you bounced back and how you handled the failures as well. Um, you said you played your last match in 2019, and then the COVID came. And after that, we saw the transition in you from a player into a coach. And there also you have, छाप छोड़ जाते हैं कहते हैं ना. So that way you have left your mark even as a coach. You are still a coach. You are doing that job still, but you have left a mark in that as well. What made you, take that decision of stopping playing the game and getting into the shoes of a coach? What made you do that?
So in 2019 December, I played my nationals in Sikkim, and then I came back, and then this COVID stuck,
Hmm.
and then we were at home, and almost at 1 year, like I have never been at home for 1 year. So COVID gave me that chance to be at home for 1 year with family, and then I was also thinking what to do because I can't see my graph going upward. Maybe I can just be stable here, but it was very difficult to go upward. So then
Yeah.
I thought that maybe it's time to quit. And then I was speaking with few of my friends that I'm thinking that I will not continue playing anymore. And
Hmm.
then that time our secretary, Mr. Bharat Singh, he told me that why don't you take up a job of a coach now with the Indian team? because we had a good women team for India, but we always had some issues and we were not able to win the medals. So I said I can look at it. And then in 2021, I think once the COVID was subsiding, we thought that it's time to make the appointment. And then I became a coach of the team in 2021.
Okay. So how was your experience as a coach? Did you found it difficult to adjust yourself as a coach? And another question what I want to ask you, that you were appointed as a coach of the women team. Being yourself a male, was it difficult for you to adjust as a coach of a women team, or on the contrary, it was easier for you?
Because most of the players I know them for last 15, 20 years. So the Harika. So when they were very young, we have played like they were with the teams. I mean,
Hmm.
they were like men and women team normally travels together for all these tournaments. So
Okay,
I
that's
know them for so many years. So it was not very difficult for me to adjust with them uh, because we were very well known to each other. I knew their styles and knew some of their preferences. So it was easy. I think the main task was we had a good team, but we were not winning the medals.
okay.
So I think it was important that we need to have clear goal for the team, and that was first thing was that they themselves believed so much that they cannot win the medal. It was more important to change that
Okay.
because I think from
Perception
nine,
needed to be changed.
yeah, yes. And first tournament we played was the World Team Championship in Spain in 2021, and Humpy had to back out because her Covishield that vaccine was not allowed in where we played Spain. She had taken some vaccine, so she could not get the visa. So we had to change one player at the last minute. So when we arrived there, one day we already had lost Humpy, who was the best player. Everybody was saying how we are going to do. So already the morals were very down. But I said that like we are coming here to win the championship.
Mm,
So nothing less is going to satisfy us. So
mm,
our aim is to go to the finals. The first is the group stage and then quarters and semis.
mm,
So first let's win the group stage.
mm.
And we had Russia in our group and only two teams qualified. But luckily everybody played very well and then we lost to Russia, but we qualified for the quarters. And then we won the quarters, and then semis we had Ukraine, which was Georgia, which was a very strong team.
Okay.
And then like, they were second seed, and then we
By
beat them.
then, the USSR had disintegrated, so you had
No, it
different.
was in 21. USSR disintegrated in
Right.
99, so
Okay, so it's
long back. Yeah,
quite recently.
yeah. And
Okay.
then you reach the finals. So this was the first time they could realize that they can do it. And
Mm,
then we lost to Russia again, but we won the silver medal without Humpy. So that was the first time we got the medal. So it was a big boost for the women chess. And I'm very happy that after that, wherever world level tournament has been played or Asian level, we have always won a medal.
wow.
So second tournament was the Chess Olympiad in Chennai,
Mhm.
where we had a very unique situation because I think you all are gynecologists, so you should know that Harika was playing and she was 9 months pregnant.
Okay. Okay.
So
That's interesting.
we so she told me 6 months before the tournament that this is going to be the case that she may play or she may not play, but she doesn't want to come for. She cannot attend any camps because she has to bring all her energy to play in the Olympiad.
Okay.
So we had to make a lot of arrangements for her so that she can be comfortable during the Olympiad. Luckily, it was in India, so it was very easy to make all these arrangements. Then we had doctor on call, ambulance present there,
Mm,
24/7 for her.
mm,
But tough situations are there. We were leading from day one, and towards final round, her doctor advised her that now she's not able to handle that pressure to play the
okay.
game.
Okay.
And but still India won the bronze medal there. But when
Wow.
we won the bronze, that was the first bronze for Indian women team,
Mm.
and they were so upset that they have won the bronze. So then I realized that my task is already over because that their eagerness to win the medal
In the middle.
is going to make sure that they win the medal in every tournament. And in Asian Games, again, we won the silver medal. We lost to China there. That was a crucial game. And then in this Olympiad, 2024 in Hungary, we finally won our gold.
Wow.
So it is
Wow.
like 190 countries and India winning the gold. So we had China, Russia,
So
everyone.
it's
And
been a steady progress or a very stupendous journey since 2021. And finally, you
I
could
think
achieve.
it was one thing was mindset, and the second thing was also the team which we had to build around the team. So we also had 2 seconds
Mhm.
which we started bringing. So the schedule is very tough. It's not easy for players also because the coaches pushes them a lot. So like the players normally start the game from 3 to 8 o'clock in the evening. Then they
Okay.
come back, they have dinner. Then we have the pairing for the next game already with us. So
Mm.
we tell them that we have to decide which players are going to play. So that decision is taken by 10 o'clock in the night. Then in the whole night, all the coaches prepare what they are going to play tomorrow, your opponents. So
So
all the files are given to them from morning 8 to 12. Again, they have to work on the game. And then again, 3 o'clock, they have to play the match. And this you have to do for
how many hours they get to sleep in all this?
that we don't care.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so the main thing is that we have to make sure that we get best out of them.
Right.
And there are some situations where things go wrong, then we have to take them out. Sometimes the change in the situation, change in the venue, change in the atmosphere also makes a lot of difference.
Mm.
So all these things helps a lot the team. Like we had a big setback in this Olympiad Hungary when we were winning and we lost one game. So we had a team meeting outside completely at night 10 o'clock. It was freezing cold, but all the players came and then we realized that yes, still we are leading after losing the match. So I said there is nothing to worry about. Yes, we win the remaining games and we are world champions.
Yeah. Okay. So a couple of few things what you pointed out here are very crucial. Like you said that you have to set a goal for the team for each player, and then you had to change the perception, how you think, and the mindset. And then, of course, the tactics and the hard work and rest all things do come. But as you rightly said, these things are important for anyone if that person has to be successful in whatever they are doing. But I'm happy for all of you and for the country as well because we won the Olympiad. That's for the first time by a woman team, right?
Yeah, first time by the men team also. But
Okay.
like it's very rare that in any sport you win the men and women world championship in the same year. It's very rare
Give me a-
for
True.
any country.
Wow. Wow. Um, a question which just came to my mind is, do we have systems wherein we nurture these players or we what you can say pick up the talent from the grassroots level and then we shape them or nurture them to be the national champions? Uh, does that kind of a system exist, which is there in for if I know cricket so, to some extent, though I am not a very big fan of any sport that way. Uh, does that exist in chess as well?
First of all, you should start playing some sport.
I know.
Then second thing, I will say that there are systems in place for every level. Like there are academies, there are school programs, there are selection tournaments where talent can be identified from district to nationals. So everybody has a different way to proceed, depending on the where he's staying. Sometimes you have to shift your base to better city for training programs. But mainly, I think in chess, it is two things are very important. One is coaching, and one is playing tournaments.
Wow. Uh, Last few questions which I would like to ask you. After you won this Olympiad, you were called upon along with your team to meet the Honorable Prime Minister. What was that experience like? We would just like to hear from you.
Like we won the Olympiad, and we were returning in bus
Mhm.
from the venue to the hotel
From venue to the
uh,
hotel. Acha, in Hungary itself.
in Hungary, and we got a message that that time PM was in US, and he had a speech in US, which was he was given to the Indian people who are in US. And we got a message that you please hear a speech because he is going to announce the victory of Chess Olympiad of India.
That
It
fast.
was it was almost two. It was already 2 hours only, I think, and that was a big surprise for us. And then when we came
Yeah,
back,
even I am
and
surprised now to hear it.
yeah, then when we came back to India, like I just landed in Delhi. I landed in Pune, and I got call morning 8:30 that Prime Minister is meeting all of you tomorrow. So you can come back tomorrow morning to Delhi.
Wow.
And so we were very excited. We went there, and I think he was supposed to spend 45 minutes, but he almost spent 1.5 hours with us. So we asked him one question, which the answer was totally unexpected. I asked him that why was that we were called so fast? Like he had also landed same day from US, and that we were called so fast to meet you. So he said that what India has achieved in chess, you are not aware because we have become a world champion in men and women category amongst the 200 countries. First time in 100 years of chess Olympiad history.
Wow.
So it's a very unique achievement which is spread across 200 nations. So you have done your job of achieving it. Now it's my job to make sure that everyone knows about it. And that's why I have called you.
Wow. That's so nice. So nice of him. So nice of him. Okay. I would like to ask Abhijit, has the scenario for sports in India overall changed over last few years and particularly women's sports?
I think if you see the medals won in the Olympic Games, also India and the women doing extremely well. There are few individual sports where especially the women are doing very well, like chess, badminton, tennis,
Table
table
tennis.
tennis, boxing, wrestling, where women have shooting, like Manu Bhaker won 2 Olympic gold medals in the this Olympic. So the women are doing extremely well, and I feel that if any country has to progress in any sport, first they have to concentrate on women's sport
Mhm.
because the level of performance that way is much lesser in the women's sport. So the hard work can be put, the systems can be easily brought in, the coaches can be easily be provided, and that kind of efforts will definitely give you a better result. And the
Mhm.
government is also supporting now. There are a lot of schemes like this sporting event they have started for the Hello India movement. Then they have started the top scheme where they are supporting all the top level athletes with
Mhm.
the financial support for traveling, coaching, equipments, and everything. There are companies which are giving jobs. But I think the most important part for any sports person is a passion. If you
Mhm.
don't have passion for that sport, love for that sport, and if you're not ready to work hard for that sport, it is very difficult to achieve.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that becomes a core and then the remaining things.
That's true. You need to have that passion. You should have that willingness to put in the efforts for the passion what you have, and that would definitely take you to a different level altogether. A last question before we wind up. What's your advice for any young upcoming sportswoman? What qualities they should develop to be competitive in this field, Abhijit?
I think you need to work smart now because there are so many things which are happening everywhere. You
Mhm.
need to be very, very smart in your work effort, in your playing time, and overall. Second thing is you need to adapt to the new technologies, new systems which are coming in because the world is changing very fast. So you will need to adapt to the new things as quickly as possible. And
Mm.
third is never say that it is finished. There is always a next day. New day is completely different, and you can become successful if you believe in yourself. So just believe in yourself, and everything is possible.
Oh, great. So the days ahead for Indian sports and in women in particular are great, and they look quite bright. And with coaches like you being around would surely help the youngsters. I know that you have also started with your own academy, uh, which nurtures these youngsters, right? And it's only in Pune, or it's in other cities as well.
So mainly academy is run by my sister, Mrunalini,
Okay.
and she has a academy in Pune also online training is possible. So,
Okay. Great, great. It's a wonderful having you, Abhijit, today on this program. I'm sure all our 48,000 odd gynecologists and all of those who are watching or would be watching this must have had a great time and quite a few take home messages from whatever you have done in your career as a player as well as a coach. Thank you so much once again for being here. We are always grateful for you to be here. Thank you.
thank you everyone. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, everyone.